Well, good morning. It is Monday, 7:30 a.m. Here, just taking in this beautiful fresh air. As you can see, I've got my winter hat on now. It's getting a little bit colder. I've got a hoodie, sweater. You know what? It's cold outside, but it's warm on the inside, in mind, heart, and body. You know, looking at the beginning of our day and of this week, I think one of the things I took away from this weekend that I really had a chance to, understand even better is the idea of true happiness. And why is it important to understand true happiness? Well, happiness today ultimately has a whole new meaning. The majority of people today tend to define happiness based on fleeting commodities. Happiness comes from money. Happiness comes from a car or a specific type of car. Happiness comes from the size house you have. Happiness comes from how many upgrades you put into your house or modifications you do. Happiness comes from the clothes you have, the purse you have, the jackets you have, the bags you have. Happiness comes from all these different exterior things. And when I looked at this weekend and really focused on the idea of happiness, ultimately, first, it starts with yourself. Only you can make yourself happy. And if you're finding happiness in fleeting commodities, then at the end of the day, you will ultimately never be happy. You will constantly be striving to get things to fulfill that need of happiness, when happiness really comes from your mind, heart, and soul. And when we put happiness at the forefront of what we're striving to become, what we are ultimately doing is going against the grain of what society is currently doing. We're going against the grain of mediocrity. We're going against the grain of being complacent. We're going against the grain of compromising. We're going against the grain of bitterness, having a negative attitude, having an attitude that is based upon what the majority are thinking because they're bitter and upset. What we tend to do is say, that's how it is for them, but don't try to poison me with your stuff. I don't want to have any of that on me or in me. I want to be exposed to things that are going to increase my happiness so I can increase happiness for other people, because it's truly a domino effect. It's what you give out to the world. And when you give it out to the world, that's what's going to come back to you. So everybody have yourselves a great day and a great week, and we'll talk soon.